Hey folks, it's Thea, and I am still um, silly enough to think I can manage this blasted camera, even though I can't see shit. So, how's it going, you guys? As you can see around my apartment here, everything's in bags. Everything is, look at that. On the floor, there's everything all around here. If I want to go, oh yeah, look at all these bags here. This is what's happening with a second bug treatment. So what's happening now is they're telling me I need to get a bed, and they were like, we're even going to say, if we have to, we're going to send you an eviction notice so that all of these crisis teams that I've never heard of can come and help you because we know you're sick, disabled, and unable, and all that good jazz, but it's not our problem kind of thing. So I am was expecting a letter like that to try to impress on the crisis team that I was either going to be out of a place to live or whatever if they didn't hop to it on the old the bed bug issue. And they said it was my fault because apparently my apartment's the only one here that has bed bugs. I don't know. Or it was, I had them, and then they were like, well, now your neighbors got them, so it must be your fault. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I got a letter the other day, yesterday actually. My poor PSW had to bear the brunt of it, I'm afraid, because I got this letter from my apartment, from the Homes Corporation that I live in, and they're saying, oh, by the way, you don't get rent geared to income. You've lost that, and also we're going to make you move into a smaller apartment. I'm like, are you kidding me? Anyway, I don't know whether this is that letter that they were going to create just to try to gin up some help for me because I don't have it. And so they send me this one that's completely unexpected. I freaked out. What do you mean I don't get rent geared to income? I don't make any income. I live on less than $900 a month. And if you're disabled to the point where you don't have family or you don't have things, you have to pay the people money, people that, that do these things like DoorDash and Uber Eats and whatnot. So it's expensive to be disabled. It's expensive to be sick, and it's expensive to be isolated. And not that Doug Ford ever seems to understand that. And now my building, now my building is saying, yeah, we might not give you rent geared to income. And I have no idea. So I called the lawyer, Scarborough Legal Services and all that. So I don't know how this is all going to go. I hope it's just some kind of stupid, silly ass scare tactic. That's what I hope it is, because when I first came back to Canada in 2012, I wasn't able to work. I was sick and I had no family anymore. So next thing you know, my divorce from Rob happened, and I The alimony actually went to the landlord and tenants. I was paying market rent for years and years, and I didn't get to eat unless somebody could walk me across the street to the store. But now that I'm not just blind, I'm in a wheelchair. Um, does this seem hard for anybody to kind of get? What is hard about this? Um, so I did the letter doesn't even say, oh, you didn't get your taxes in time or you didn't pay your rent. Like, they've got nothing on me that they can say, we're going to kick you out of your apartment. We're going to make you live in a smaller studio apartment. And I get that, like, the management of these apartment buildings, be they Toronto Housing or some version of a co-op or whatnot, they don't have very many people working at the office, and they don't pay their people good, I guess. I don't know. They don't pay their people very well. Some apartment buildings are like sink or swim. But if I'm not being hassled, I can swim here. I don't need to live in a building with I don't need to live in a nursing home, but they're going to try to make it looks like they're going to try to make it difficult for me. I didn't expect this letter. I've been paying my rent every month. I've been quiet. I don't have wild parties. And I guess the thing that's making me feel kind of yucky about it all is that the landlord in question never had the courtesy to call me and say, hey, Thea, this is the letter that we're going to give you so that you can reach out to the persons you need to reach out to. In fact, they let some poor PSW tell me. They could have called me easily and said, hey, Thea, you're going to get a letter that says yada, yada, yada. Don't worry about it. Instead of that, I got a letter that wasn't an eviction notice. It was you're losing your rent geared to income, and we're going to make you live somewhere else. Like, we're going to make you live in a smaller apartment. We're going to rehouse you. So, WTF. I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether this is part of their scare tactic. I hope that's all it is. But holy shit, if that's all it is, it did its job. It sure as hell scared me to death. So I'll take all the thoughts and prayers I can get. At the moment, I'm trying to work this out with a Scarborough Legal Services. So I don't know whether this is a scare tactic on the part of the building, because they've been known to do that. They've certainly done that with me a few times. Why do they always go for the people that are like most vulnerable and least able to push back, least able to help themselves? Trust me, being sick is not fun work. It's not like I get to lay here all day and get high and whatnot. It's not. I feel sick. I feel yucky. I'm trying to be a bit brave. I'm trying to be a Christian about it. But there's nothing good or fun about isolation because your body no longer does what it used to do. Even as a blind person. Are you kidding me? I was out all the time. I did things, but we get sick as we age. It's, not our fault, and it's not anybody else's fault. But at one time, maybe I'm living in a mythical, disabled, Leave It to Beaver world. I don't know. But at one time, you respected the sick and the elderly. You didn't go out of your way to make life difficult for them. You didn't say, oh, it's not my problem. at one time. But I just turned 60. I obviously don't know what the hell I've done to end up on this weird ass earth that doesn't seem like the earth I grew up on. I'm a Star Trek fan, and my favorite planet is Talos 4. I don't give a shit how forbidden it is. If there was a starship going there, I would face 100 death penalties to get the hell off this godforsaken planet.